I ask you again. Hey, what's up? This is KLA Clyde, the Wanderer. Clyde, don't go against nature. I have a guest. She finally appears to me. I'm happy. Her name is KK Ching. Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Okay, KK Ching, and she's gonna tell her story. So where you from? Tell the viewers where you from, if you don't mind.
I'm originally from Nevada, but I'm based in LA.
Okay. How long you been in LA? All your
Almost
life?
6 years now.
Oh, yeah, 6.
Yeah, almost 6 years now. I moved here when I graduated from college, and
Oh,
then
okay.
never
All right.
left.
So how you get started like in boxing and wrestling?
So originally, I started as a foot model, and then when I got started into that, I met another model who does foot content as well, but she's also a session wrestler. Her
Right.
name's Tara Sue. She introduced me to it, and I was like, "Oh, this shit's so cool!" So, yeah, from there on, I just kind of like threw myself into it and taught myself a lot of different, techniques, moves, stuff like that. As far as wrestling goes. And yeah, I'm a super athletic person, so it's not difficult for me to pick up other like sports and athletics and stuff like that. Like I've been playing sports since I was a kid, so
All right.
yeah.
So I heard like in one interview you play basketball.
Mhm. Yeah,
Or
I
you,
played basketball, all the way up to college, and yeah, I love basketball. Basketball is my by far favorite sport. I love to play basketball. I love to watch basketball. I love going to live games. Like I love basketball.
or you been to like the Lakers stadium and all that?
Mhm. Yeah, the
Oh,
Staples
okay.
Center. Well, it's not called Staples Center anymore, but what is it called now? Just weird. I think it's Crypto, like Crypto Stadium or something like that. I don't know. They just changed it, but it'll always be Staples Center to me. But yes, I've been to the
Oh,
Staples
that's
Center
oh.
plenty of times for more than just Lakers games. So Lakers games, Clippers games, Kings games, hockey. If anyone's a hockey fan out there, but
Yeah. So you was like what position you played like in basketball?
yeah. I was a power forward center. So
Yeah.
I'm 5'11", and I've always been tall. I think I've been the same height actually since I want to say like the 7th or 8th grade. I've been the
Mm.
same height. So I mean I was always tall. So yeah, power forward center.
I played basketball like maybe like I started playing like like when I was 17.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, I wasn't good. I tried to play. Yeah, I improved like during the years, but it wasn't. I think it just helped me to like get out of trouble and stuff like that, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, but because when you do it by yourself, like it's like you go through a lot of trials and error. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. So So like, what is it about the stuff that you do? You like what is it like the excitement and stuff like that?
What is it about it that I like?
Yeah, if you don't mind me
Um,
asking.
I mean, I like I said before, I've been an athlete my entire life.
Right.
I really like the competitive side of things. I'm a very competitive person. So boxing and wrestling to me, it's just like another way to not like express, well, kind of like express myself in that sort of like competitive manner. So
Right.
yeah, I just like I don't play basketball really anymore. I might shoot around or something like that, but I'm not like going out like to the courts and like
Right.
till
How
until
often? Oh,
5 or whatever. But
okay.
yeah, so boxing and wrestling really helps me like yeah.
What are like the moves you kind of learned?
I've learned a lot of moves because I've never wrestled before. Before I started
Right.
wrestling, I had never wrestled before. Besides, like, I don't know, wrestling your friends when you're just like dicking around, you know.
Yeah.
So as far as like wrestling goes, I learned everything. Like even down to like something as simple as like a schoolgirl pin. Like I didn't even know what
Right.
that was. Like so I didn't grow up watching wrestling or like WWE like a lot of people may have. Like I'm familiar with it and I've seen it, but I didn't like watch it like religiously
Right.
like some people would, you know. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so there's literally everything that I do, any video you've ever seen, I've learned that move. So yeah.
Oh, oh, that's dope. I mean, like with me, I watched a little bit of wrestling. I watched, the Dave
Sorry.
Hogan and oh, do you hear me?
I'm sorry.
What kind of dog you have?
I have a blue nose American pit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was, I grew up like looking at Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog and
Mhm.
all other stuff, but I would
Yeah.
watch it, but not like I wouldn't say hooked on it. I think like mixed wrestling, I liked that. That's what it was like with the bodybuilders and
Mhm.
taking on average guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you ever did you ever wrestle the bodybuilder or anything like that?
Mm-mm. I've never wrestled a
Oh,
bodybuilder. As far as men go, women, yes. Um, as far as like Vivi, she's a bodybuilder and she's in Brooklyn too.
yeah.
Yeah, for Do Maidens, and she's great. She's super strong, and like she's short too, but she's like stacked. So
Yeah, I've heard like legends of her. I heard about her. Like, I try to reach out to her, but I haven't heard a response yet. But I've seen some of her videos and stuff like that. So she seems kind of ruthless.
yeah, she's a very busy lady, very busy lady. So she got a
So
whole ship to run for sure.
yeah, so like with you, like do you see a lot of clients or anything like that? Or how does that
Yeah,
work with you?
yeah. I mean, I have my socials. I have all that stuff. I have all my information up on there. The best way to contact me is email or text. And yeah, basically people just hit me up. You book when I travel. Hit me up. You book. Like yeah. So I think probably in a week here, like in LA. Um, I'd probably do a boxing or wrestling or something maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah.
Right. And how often do you train and stuff like that? I mean like when you see like clients like don't your body get tired? Like do you see them like in a everyday basis or
Um. Well, no, like I was saying, usually I I would like have meetings anywhere between 1 to 3 times a week. It just it obviously just depends on who's booking.
okay,
But for the most part, I mean, I work out. I just started like a new workout regimen where I'm lifting again. For a while, I wasn't lifting, um, and even though I know like you want to be strong and all that stuff, I just wasn't. I was focused on like cardio, getting my stamina up and everything. Um, but yeah, now I'm lifting again, and I ride my bike everywhere. So yeah,
oh,
I
okay,
work out.
okay. Like I noticed you do like these videos like hit the mat.
Hmm.
What's it like doing that? Like
Oh, I
and
love working at Hit the Mat. I love working at Hit the Mat. Darius is great. He's the one that runs it, and it's just fun. Like it's so fun to meet other girls and box or some wrestle as well. And it's fun. Like we just have a really good time. So Um, yeah, it's always a great time, always lots of laughs, and I feel like the content is always really great for you guys.
You ever knock somebody out? You gave like knockouts or received knockouts?
I have knocked someone out once, or like maybe twice, once or twice. Um, I've never been knocked out, but yeah,
Yeah, I noticed that they have like a slap contest. Like, what do you think about that?
a slap hit the mat does.
Slap, no, not to hit the map, but I'm sorry.
Oh,
They have a slap comp. I mean, like I think
I've
UFC
seen the
have like this
slap
slap
competition.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's wild. I couldn't. I could never do that. I could never get hit in
yeah,
the face like that ever. Nope, not me. I'm not the one. So I could never do anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I've seen Sheena Wrestler. Like I know you did like a video with her,
Mhm.
a boxing video or something like
Yeah.
that. Is she? Is she strong? Is she really strong and stuff like that? Or
Yeah. She's strong. She's very
uh,
strong. Yeah. Those muscles are not lying. They. She puts in a lot of work.
did you ever like put a guy like in a headlock or he couldn't get out? Or what's some of the
All the
moves
time.
you ever did to a, huh? All
All
the
the
time?
time. I put guys in scissor holds, reverse scissors, like and headlocks and chokeholds and put them in a camel clutch. Like there's lots of things that I do that guys can't get out of.
And I noticed it's like they seem like they like it, like for some reason, because if somebody put me at a headlock, like I don't know what I'll do. Like I'll probably be like, nah, I'm gonna just walk away or something like that. But it seemed like these guys they like enjoying it because
Well, yeah,
I
I
was like,
mean they want to do it if they didn't enjoy it.
yeah, like what is it that in your perception, what is it that these, because I asked not just you but I asked other people this, like what is it that guys like it, if you can tell me.
Well, you're a man and you're interested in this, so I think you have a better idea of why men like it than I do.
Yeah,
However,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
do know that, like, what is there not to like about rolling around wrestling a beautiful girl? So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I just I'm just curious from a woman's point of view, like,
yeah.
how do you
Well,
feel about it?
for me, I definitely, I'm very logical. So, like, the way I
Yeah,
think about things is very logical. So, for me, what men like about it, they like being able to roll around with women, which is great. It's fun.
right,
Um, Beautiful women, strong women, powerful women, dominant women. I think a lot of guys, not not all of them, but a lot can have more of a submissive side, so they like to be dominated by that woman.
right,
There's all different sides to it. There's some who just genuinely like wrestling and like boxing, but it's so much more fun to do it with a beautiful woman instead of a
right.
sweaty, smelly guy. So, yeah,
I just, yeah, this is it's a sickness to my madness. Like I could tell you why I like it, of course.
yeah,
But it's like I ask because it if you can agree with me, women can be, not all, but there's women sometimes, they see a guy like me looking at it, they'll give you looks, and I've always got those looks, like, like he likes this stuff, like it could probably be judgmental, disgusted looks.
hmm
I'm telling you, I've received it. So that's,
yeah,
you know it's it, and it's kind of interesting that some, like, a beautiful woman like you involved in this, like, for whatever reason, like,
Well, I think
entertainment.
that I do think that a lot of people who are vanilla, because that's what they are. Let's just call it what it is. I do
What do you
think
mean
that a lot of,
vanilla?
huh?
What do you mean vanilla?
Oh,
You
vanilla.
said,
So like, in the fetish world, people will use a term like you're like in a fetish. And if you're not into a fetish, you're vanilla. Like you're plain.
oh, okay,
You
right,
this. You're kind of boring. Like there's nothing special about vanilla. Like you know what I
right,
mean? Vanilla is just plain old missionary. Like there's nothing spicy about it. So that's
right,
vanilla. But I think that vanilla people have a really difficult time understanding fetishes and just different stuff because I think they can just be so stuck and afraid of experiencing new things. They're told that they're supposed to experience things a certain way, and so that's kind of like what they do. But I think that people who embrace it are just open people. Like I'm very open minded. I'm a very open minded person. I was raised that way. It's just how I am. So I'm never really surprised by
right.
things. And also like working in the fetish industry for so long now, I've seen and heard everything. So
Right.
stuff really doesn't it really doesn't shock me. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now you got like some comments. My man wrote, Rolando G can't wait. She looks sensational. Oh man, gorgeous woman. My boy, all the rage George Page just made the scene of the crime. Rolando G looks incredible. Hello, Ching. Yeah, she the Staples Center, Los Angeles. Okay, she's more South. Wow, 5'11", awesome. All the rage George Page says. All the rage. Hey there. Hi, hey George. Rolando G. Wow, Blue Noise, American Pit Bull. Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, um, with me, it's like, when I was young, I had women, like, girls beat me up and stuff like that. And, some of it I liked, some of it I didn't like. I would always like Wonder Woman and the Bionic Woman. Those were like the two women that started for me. I would say I can recall, and and like during recess, like when I was in grade school, like I remember I had like this classmate, and she to some she wasn't the prettiest, but for me and my perception, she got me excited at times because I would kind of like make her Wonder Woman and stuff like that. She would have time like she had me against the fence, and I was aroused by that. So that that she body slapped me like that was crushing me, and I was screaming, and and then like she got off me, everybody was laughing at me, but for some reason I wanted more. I
Mhm.
can't, I wanted to wrestle her more and stuff like that. So when I seen that, so I seen like later on, I went to this like, video store, and they had all these, you know, videos about female bodybuilders doing sessions and stuff like that. And there would be men that they would look at these stuff, and I thought I was the only one, but I wasn't. So I would just get turned on by it. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like
Before there was like session girls and stuff like that, you would look in the newspaper when there was like a physique show, and then you would like there'd be ads in the paper for sessions. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
yeah, there's a whole
yeah.
history to it. We've been around for a minute.
So what? Yeah, so what were you doing like before a session girl? Like in terms of like did you have like a dream job of doing like an occupation or
Yes, I do have a dream job, and I am currently doing my dream job as well as this. So
like what's your challenges in life? If I could say that, like it could be like in session rustling or anything? Like, if I
Um,
ask you that.
I would say that the only challenges with like this kind of work is um I would say content and pumping out content. Like when you're not, when you're not traveling, when you're not sessioning, you're home and you're shooting content and you're posting onto your, your clips for sales, your I want clips, your OnlyFans, your whatever it is, loyal fans, whatever you have. So I think that the game of like pumping out content is just really difficult sometimes
Right.
because like you want to give everybody what they want. You want to give them new stuff all the time. But like if you're doing a video a day, that's 30 plus videos or whatever, a month. That's a lot of ideas. Like
Right.
so I think that it that can get a little difficult at times, like trying to pump out more content, trying to find people to work with, um, and just like schedules. Because when you do find people that you really like and that you do really want to collaborate with, sometimes like they're on tour and then you go on tour and then it's it's hard to collaborate sometimes. But I would say that that's really the only difficult thing. Um, yeah, every now and then you get an asshole who like
Yeah.
won't leave you alone or something. But besides that,
How do you deal with purrs and stuff like that? Like, do they harass you like in the street or like on the internet
no,
or anything?
no, I've never had anyone harass me in person. It's always been online. I don't think people are brave enough in person because like
Yeah.
once you see my stature in person, there's no way you're gonna there's no way you're gonna actually try and stuff me like that.
Mhm.
But definitely like online, people there's trolls online. That's just what they do. People are get upset because like you won't make a certain video for them, or they get mad that you're not replying to them and talking to them constantly. But it's like we have extremely busy like lives. I go through
Right.
hundreds of messages a day. And then like let's say I had a busy week and I didn't get a chance to even check my messages or something. Now I have thousands of messages to go through. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
like people don't understand that, we have lives too. And like I do things other than just this. But yeah, so every now and then you get someone who can get like rude or aggressive or whatever. But I just like, okay, I don't really pay it any mind. I just rub it to the side. Don't need that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really, with me, I didn't really understand, and it wasn't just you, but it was other, you know, wrestling session girls, if I could say that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like they would like kind of like brush you aside, but they'll do it like next week, and then you wait till next week to for a reply, and you don't know if they playing games or not. You're not really realizing that you know I'm not really realizing that it's like this person have like 1,000 of
Yeah.
people or
It's
clients
because
asking
between
or
I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have OnlyFans, I have WhatsApp, I have my text message, my emails, all that stuff, right? So I have all these platforms where people can contact me. So
right,
I'm going through first thing I do when I wake up, when I'm like on my shit and stuff, is I wake up, I go through my text messages, then I go through my WhatsApp, then I go through my emails, then I go through my DMs, then I go through my Twitter DMs, then I go through my DMs on OnlyFans, then I go like I don't think people understand. Like people have assistants to handle those messages and stuff like that. Because it's a lot. And then on top of that, I have like messages on Skype. Like there's so much that people don't understand. I think that a lot of the times like, clients or, people, customers and stuff like that, fans, I think that they really think we're just like chilling, like sitting around chilling, enjoying our life, like going to brunch or whatever with our girls. And like, that's not the case sometimes. There's been times
Right.
where like I've woke up, I've gone through hundreds of messages. I've done like hours of Skyping. I've done hours of filming content. Then it takes me hours to edit that content. Like, we're really busy people. So like, yeah, there's times where I'll go really, really hard for like 2 months, and then I'll take like a week break. I'll be like, I'm not responding
Right.
to anything because it's a lot,
Right.
But we're
Right.
human too. We're people. Like, we
Yeah,
deserve
I
breaks.
understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I apologize if I gave you a hard time, but it's like, I'm always saying this thing. It's like, call me next week, or wait till next week, and I'm like, yo, you just told me like next week. I'm like, but I apologize. But back to so it was in New York. You did like what was it like a video session with Vivi Lane, or
Hmm.
like how
Sorry.
was that? Like, if you don't mind me.
It was great. It was amazing. We make amazing content together. I love Vivi. She's awesome. And we shot a couple of other things as well. If you go to their page, you'll be able to like see all the videos and stuff that we've created together. I think they're great. They're great videos.
Right.
Yeah, they're really fun. She's amazing. She's great to work with.
Right. Yeah, I've discovered her like on Instagram. Like a lot of the session wrestlers, I discovered on Instagram. I remember like years back, you know, I was discovering Fight Pulse. Like, I don't know, you ever heard of that, but it's like intergender wrestling and stuff like that. And I even downloaded videos and stuff. Maybe I could some clips or something about it, but they got some cool content that I kind of like months back, I was talking with Young, and she took part in that, and she does protein wrestling and stuff like that. Are they like other like industry like productions that you work with besides you do by yourself or anything like that? Or
Yeah. So I mean, Hit the Mat. I work with them very often because they're also in the Valley, where I am in LA. And so I work with them a lot. I'm like on call with them. I feel like, so
right,
anytime Gary's like needs someone, like he'll call me up, or let me know and I'll pop on over. But also Modest Moms Wrestling. They're up in like the kind of like Sacramento area. Um, that is Alexandra Hamilton. She's great. Look her up on Twitter and Modest Moms
Alexander
Wrestling.
Hampton.
It's so,
Okay.
because they do like more pro style wrestling and stuff like that, and so I love going there because I feel like I always learn something really cool.
Right.
And it's the best. Like, the costumes are great. Like, the just everything about it. Like the ring, it's amazing.
Do you get exhausted doing that, like with basketball and stuff, like after like a session, like with these people, like especially with other competitors, like Vivi Lane or anything like that? Or have you ever fought against somebody that's, well, apparently, yeah, but like how is it fighting against somebody that's like more trained than you? Like, how do you handle it?
Um, because I am so strong and I'm so
Uh-huh.
tall. It usually doesn't matter if they're more trained than me. I've gone against people who do jujitsu, and I'm really good at like mimicking. So if someone does a move to me, I'll be like, "Oh, cool, that's a good one," and then I will do that to them. So like I've never had a problem going against someone who's more skilled than I am. Yeah, it's always been, I'm good at just picking things up. So if I notice that they're doing something that I haven't seen before, I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is what they're doing. This is how they're doing it, and then I'm able to do it myself.
Okay. Like you ever explored like the other depths of martial arts, or like karate or tai chi or anything like that? I'm just asking.
I haven't been trained in any type of martial arts at all whatsoever.
Okay. So, so
Pretty
you just stuck with
crazy because I do know a lot. Like I just had a session the other day, and the guy was like, "Oh, you do jujitsu," and I was like, "I don't." And he was like, "No, you do. You've trained in it, haven't you?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "That's weird because you move like you know what you're doing." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I've been doing this for like 5 years now, so I better know something." But yeah,
yeah,
you just learn
yeah,
stuff. You just learn as you go.
yeah, yeah. Some other comments from people. Yeah, Rolando. Jeez, what the hell? Excuse me for a second. I'm sorry. Yeah, she is not lying. I know how to pump out much video content. Yeah, it overwhelms me sincerely. And he says, yeah, a guy like me never oppresses the lady athletes. I want to bother them too much, understand how I get. And shout out to KKQing. You are a Marvel lady. Hope to have a session someday. I will not mind sincerely. Well, see how quickly. How have you ever like had a person like quickly tap out
Oh yeah,
like real quick?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like in
asking
like
some
3
silly
seconds.
rabbit questions, right?
Yeah.
Or 3 seconds.
Yeah, no, definitely. In like 3 seconds, they were like, "Whoa, never mind."
Okay, so I'm gonna send this guy. I'm gonna let this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How you doing? Good evening, folks.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Hey. Hello. Let me introduce myself. My name is Always George Page, and I am a content maker myself. I'm, I'm. Let me straighten out first for you. Okay. Okay. You good now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Go
Okay. You're
ahead.
good. Okay. All
I was like, the
right.
mic was audio was a
Hello.
little scratchy.
Hello, ma'am. I'd like to introduce myself again. My name is all the way Judge Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodyman Talk, aka the Emperor of WWE Talk, aka the Emperor of Wrestler Talk. Also, I am called the Joker, and also I'm known as All the Rage, the Perfect Sage. But right now, tonight, I am your Lord and Commander, the Commander of the Wall, and I do appreciate this opportunity to be on here with my man KL. I mean, he's a great guy. I love his content. He comes out to my stuff and I come out to his. And like the question is, like I said, this thing about like I said, I've been a wrestling fan since I was a kid. I grew up watching like from the South, I'm from North Carolina. I grew up watching old school wrestlers like guys like Ric Flair and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and I'm for used to be back in the day, you didn't see too many women in wrestling like you used to. But in the last few years, I think you've seen an explosion. People like Jade Cargill and Jordan Grace and all that. But your wrestling is more about sensual wrestling. It's very, erotic, and I was looking at some of your stuff on Twitter. You had one guy tuning on your feet, and
Yes.
me personally, I don't know. I don't want to put you on. No, if you have a corn on your foot, I don't think I want to be chewing on it. But
I definitely
yeah,
don't have corns on my feet. I'm a foot model for a reason because my feet are curvy.
Yeah,
ah,
she got beautiful feet. I'm not going. Beautiful legs too. Like if I could say that.
oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's nice
Yeah,
to
I don't know
know.
what kind of feet you're used to, but these.
I used to work. I used to work in textiles for a long time, and sometimes I used to work. Actually, I used to work in a strip club, and I've seen some girls with some pretty feet, and I've seen some women with some hammer toes. I mean, hammer, put them in the mix, hammer, hammer.
Not everybody has nice feet. That's why not everybody's a foot model. So
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Right.
So, like I said, you've been doing this for a good while,
Hmm.
and do you feel like as doing the suture wrestling, is it really as exciting as it is? You see, like I said, I look at your social media, you wrestle this little guy in the Spider-Man suit, and and guys like that. I don't know. Me, I'm a big dude. I ain't gonna. I ain't going out like that. I ain't going out like that.
Well, I mean, I've wrestled really small guys, really big guys, all the whole spectrum from like 5'2" to 6'8" to like 115 pounds to like 300 pounds. So, um, yeah, I mean, there's a wide range of people that like to wrestle, and I'll take anybody, and it doesn't matter. So,
Well, sweetheart, I'll be like my man Doc Holliday. I'll be your Huckleberry because I'm at 5'7", 400. So we might have a good fight. I mean, I don't know. You're kind of cute and you got a nice body. I'm gonna tell you right this. If you better not smell good, you better smell funky. That's straight out because you smell good and you look good and you nice and soft and you're so soft. I might just lose myself. I couldn't keep control. Like I said, I remember when I was a kid.
that's
I used to wrestle.
usually what happens, I would say, because I
Yeah.
smell great. My hair always smells really nice. Like, yeah, my makeup's done. I look cute. Like, I use
Let me
cocoa
ask you a
butter
question.
and coconut oil to lather myself up. Like,
Ooh,
I'm,
coconut oil.
yeah,
She said oil. That was
I,
that.
I
that,
would
that
like.
yeah, coconut oil.
I wanted to
yeah.
ask her a question. You ever been like? Have you ever wrestled somebody and you was attracted to a man, male or female?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Um,
Who wouldn't be? Who would be?
was
Especially
how often would you say?
How off? Not often.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah,
I'm just
because I think
asking. I'm just
yeah,
asking.
because I think most guys they come in for eroticism for them, and it's all depending on the situation. If and you to say you're professional, and
Hmm.
and you try to keep it and win business, but as you know, men we are very highly sensitive
Yeah.
and it don't take much if like especially you like I'm looking right now you have a nice set of jajangas and and especially I've seen your pictures you're very like a real healthy young lady and a man can't help himself if he's in a situation with you especially on top and and you just got him pinned and you're on top of him and it couldn't help that if the tempo go all the way up but that's the thing about this, like I said, like I said, I've seen some stuff like we talked about earlier about the bodybuilders. In my content, I do interviews with bodybuilders, and some of these ladies do sessions like you do. They do in-person sessions, they do video sessions. It's the way for them to make money. I just interviewed with a lady this afternoon. She does wrestling and boxing, and she's a bodybuilder.
Nice.
And it's I think you ever have any like kind of injuries or stuff, especially when you deal with something. Sometimes, even though it doesn't, you don't mean to happen, but it
Yeah.
happens.
So I've never hurt anyone wrestling or anything like that. But I have gotten injured. Um, I hurt my back like a while ago. I was doing a lift and carry session. The guy was like 230. Oh no, thanks Siri.
Mhm.
Like 230 or something like that. 230 pounds. But it's all about safety because I was doing like a fireman's carry, and so I told him like, okay, I'm gonna like roll you onto my shoulders, don't jump on me, or else like you're gonna hurt me.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't
Mm.
listen, and he jumped on me. So it like and then my back was messed up for a while, but like I would
Ooh.
just went to a massage therapist, got it worked out and everything, and
Oh.
then I was fine. But I'm lucky enough to not have ever had any like serious injuries or anything like that. Like, yeah, I've been accidentally hit in the face once, and I was
Ooh.
like, don't ever do that again.
Ouch.
um, and then I hit the guy back really, really hard. But, never like any sprained ankles, broken anything, nothing like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I said,
What's
oh
your
well.
long term?
It's
I
gonna-
just want to ask her what's your long term goal? Like where do you see yourself like in 10, like do you still would you still see yourself doing this, or
I don't
because
know.
it's a lot,
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
know?
I'm not sure. It just all depends. Like I'm just going with the flow right now. And if it picks up and turns into even more than what it is now, then cool. If it fizzles out, then cool. Like,
Mhm.
I'm just kind of like going with the flow. I do love doing this. I love having the freedom, um, to travel and to go where I want and meet new people. I love that. I love that so much. So, yeah, but it all just depends. I think everyone grows, and it's not like it's something that you can't come back to if you want to. I
Right.
know that like one day, I would want to get married and have kids, but I can't see myself like, traveling and doing a bunch of stuff if I had a family, So
Right.
yeah, it just all depends.
So, like I say, you prefer the freedom
Yeah,
of your life right now, and just doing what you do, enjoying yourself. And
Yeah.
then when you feel like it's time, you say, you know what, I'm gonna settle a little bit. And then, like I said, the kids get older, they grow up, and you can come back to whenever you're ready. And you mentioned that you said you had a back problem. Well, I was studying massage therapy when I was in college, and if you ever need a therapist, and I often ask you, do you prefer oil or you prefer lotion?
Oil, hot oil.
Oh
Definitely oil.
yeah, yeah, hot oil, yeah. I'm sorry. It brings out the perfect sage. I mean, I should have brought this guy instead of the other guy. But like I said, this is you know, I think like I said, women do this is it's very interesting, you know, and you found your niche for this because like I said, you're an attractive young lady. I think there's a lot of guys who like to like. I think it goes back to when you were like when us boys were in high school, like we were kids, when we used to fight and play with girls. But then, as you know, you girls, you start developing, and when we fight you, we didn't fight you like we used to fight you. We fight you because we want to grab a boob or a booty, something like that. And I know, I know the guys who working with you,
mm,
they're pretty respectful, but at the same time, I said again, you're an attractive young lady. Things happen, but you're a professional, and you think you see a lot, like dealing with your people. What's your mindset of it? Of how, do you are you cautious when you're dealing with anybody when you do these sessions?
I mean, I think I'm really relaxed when I do sessions. There's obviously a vetting process to even get to see me in person. So the people that go through that process, I then trust you because why else would you have gone through that process, But yeah, I think there's always, especially with like meeting someone new, um, I guess there's always kind of a little bit of a caution with it, but at the same time, it's all about vibes, and I think it's really easy, at least it is for me, to really vibe with someone and be able to tell if they're, cool, chill person. And most of the people that I work with, not like almost every single person that I work with is, because I don't tolerate anything other than that. I don't tolerate um, poor behavior. I don't tolerate people speaking to me any type of way. So you have to come correct, and
Mhm.
that's yeah. So I
Yes,
weed out a lot. There's a lot that gets weeded out that I don't even have to deal with at the end of the day. So then when I do meet with you in person, it's great.
yes. So just come to you like a gentleman. Say, hey, Miss Ma'am, I'm come here to wrestle with you a little bit. So let's wrestle. So if anything happened, Miss Ma'am, I want to say I'm sorry. If something like if I get a little bulge in my pants, Miss Ma'am, I want to apologize for that bulge.
Well, that's
Be-
ab- not abnormal. So yeah, that's
well, well, some people are. They have to be very. They want to be very polite. They want to, especially, some people get easily offended by some things, and you have to be careful. And some people have to be respectful of, especially when they. I know these guys come here for Raj Papa. Sometimes you might have guys that be a little bit. Two, like I said, yeah, this is my first time, and I just don't know if and you're so pretty, and I mean, you have more talent, and it's just one of the things that happen sometimes, because
Yeah, I think
it's
it's important too to know that for those newcomers who are excited, who haven't been able to express their fetish, I do think it is really important to let them know that it's okay, that they're heard and they're seen, and like it's all right. They're not weird. They're not different for liking what they like or being aroused by whatever. So I try to create definitely a very safe space so that if someone is nervous or anxious about meeting me or having the session, that I can I ease their mind a little bit more.
well, like I said, if like I
How do
said,
you ease their mind? I just want to ask, how do you ease their mind, like if they're nervous or anything like that?
I just talk to them. Honestly,
Oh,
it's
okay.
crazy what a
All right.
conversation can do. I think that a lot of guys, even ones that are more submissive or have seen some of my more dominant videos, um, I think they can get a little scared and nervous that I'm gonna be like this
Right.
mean person, but I'm not. I'm not a mean person. I'm a really nice person. I'm really sweet and genuine. So when they actually get to like sit with me and talk, or if they're super super nervous and we like FaceTime or something, so that they know one I'm a real person, and yeah, like I think it helps them out, calms them down, and everything, so that when they come to the session, or if we're already in our session and we're just talking, it calms their nerves down, and then they can, instead of focusing on being nervous and scared, then they can then focus
Right.
on being excited and enjoying the session instead.
that's
Right.
good because like
Leave
it's
a
good to
comment. I'm gonna just read a comment. Leroy Kong, hello, great interview. And go ahead, George. Go
Yeah,
say
that's
what you
good.
gotta say.
That's good that you can like I said, like a lot of guys will get kind of nervous. Like I said, you are an attractive young lady, and they come in a situation where this is something they do in the first time, and it's good that you someone like yourself. Some people are not as patient because I know I've talked with some ladies in the past where sometimes they have told me that they're not too patient with some guys they're dealing with because he's nervous, and and sometimes I heard some guys talk about what they call clock watchers. Those are the ones they don't like because they're you say, hurry up, get it out, hurry up. But you're coming there to have a good time, and it's good like people like yourself who tell guys, hey, just have a nice conversation with them. Tell them, just hey, just be calm, just take it easy, enjoy
Yeah.
it. And then that's good when you both can enjoy the session. When he feels good with you, you feel good with him. You go ahead and y'all have your fun. You little roll around. It's just it's a thing. I mean, I used to work at my old job. I used to work where my strip club I used to work at. We used to have a thing called Foxy Boxing, and the girls would get in the ring, they box each other, and it was something entertaining. We guys were like watching it. I remember one time they even did a thing where it had girls doing oil wrestling. That stuff is good. As guys, we love watching that stuff.
Yeah.
I think we like it more when it's women on women than we do with men on men, because
Mm-hmm.
I think because we have that fantasy about like I wish I was the guy in between them, like the referee or something like that. Like
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense
yeah.
to me. I like
Do
watching
you
it.
ever? Do you,
Huh?
oh, good. No, no. I was I was watching like this other like this. Do you ever wrestle like nude or anything like that? Because I was watching like a wrestling clip, and like these two couples, they was wrestling nude and stuff like that. It was like a wrestling competition, and they was wrestling, and like the loser, they would be like in this submissive kind of position and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
have you have
No,
you have
I
you
don't
ever?
wrestle. I don't wrestle nude or anything like that. You'll never see any
Oh,
videos
okay.
of me nude
Oh,
or
okay.
topless or every video of me. I'm fully clothed. I have a top
Oh,
and
okay.
bottoms on. So yeah, no video. I don't do any videos nude or topless.
Well, I've seen I hear your Twitter. You and this other guy, I think they call it Dom. and we all pretty much in your underwear. I mean, it's wow. I think it's both of y'all girls, y'all have a lot of junk in the trunk. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's you in the yellow. It's the yellow little underwear. She's wearing something black, or if it's white. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. Does she? How often y'all two ever?
Is it
This is y'all.
very interesting or is it just sexy? You could say
Well, let's say it's very eroticizing. It's very being like I said, women like you don't fit what I think the mindset of people is you don't fit what people would like to see. You're not the skinny little tiny little girls. Y'all both full figure thick women. Like I said, I'm from the South, and we have a lot of thick women, and it's just for us, it's just lovely to see women like really, doing this stuff like this. We don't see enough of it.
yeah.
We get the little girls who look like best way to say it, they're like you know pencil sticks, and it's nice. It's like rubbing two girls together and starting a fire. But it's love to see women with nicer curves, with some booty, see some quaking and shaking,
Yeah.
and it's fun to watch that, and then maybe you should put a little oil in there that might help out, but that's just me. And
Well,
it
there's plenty of sweat, so the
sweats.
sweat acts as oil.
Yeah,
Don't
sweat's
worry
good.
about that.
Sweat's good, but oil you get a nice shine to it. We have oil. It's just everything's shining, it's bright. Sweat kind of dries up a little bit. It gets a little bit. That's why water's not good. But seeing ladies like yourself and doing stuff like this, it's very, like I said, some guys very excited. Some might not agree with it because the fact is, have a lot of people. They have this idea of well, society should be like you're women. You should be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. But it's funny. You have people out there who would chastise women like you for what you're doing, but be the same people who will watch these videos in the privacy of your own home. And I think a lot of people are afraid to express their interests and stuff like this. Like I said, I do content on bodybuilding, and I've been a bodybuilding fan for over 40 years. And I've been a fan of these ladies because I do interviews, I talk with them, and there are people who are hide their true selves from others because they're afraid of that people might shame them from. But you shouldn't. You should live as you want to live. You should
Yeah,
be ashamed of who you are.
absolutely.
I mean, it's like
Um,
if I
yeah.
say something like about it, I don't believe in chastising nobody. But I mean, there's kind of like porn addiction and stuff like that. Because there's moments where I'm gonna keep there's moments where I could get a little addictive to it. I'm not gonna tell, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. For me, I don't, because that stuff can get into your mind and stuff like that. So I mean, like,
I think that
that
addiction
that's just
comes
my
from
thought.
the lack of. I think that people have porn addictions and stuff like that though, because of of, um, the lack of confidence that they have and the lack of reassurance that they have to go out into the world and actually get those things that they want and desire. Um, so like whether you're watching like a bunch of foot content or whatever, like yeah, sure you like it, but if you're like addicted to it, then I think that that person is could be possibly afraid to go out and get it in person. Why? Because they've been made fun of or something like that for having that fetish or things like that. So I
Right.
think the more that people just open up and they just like don't hate on something that you don't understand, like, and it's okay to not like something. Just because you don't like that thing doesn't mean that other people have to. Or like, so cuz especially because being a wrestler and boxer and a foot model, like my foot guys don't understand the wrestling and boxing stuff. They're like, I don't understand why people like that. Why do people like that? And I'm like, well, why do you like feet?
Yeah,
Everybody
why you
has
like
their
feet?
own thing. So it's not for you to judge or anything. It's just for you to be open minded and accept what people are into, and then it's not like it's for
Right.
you.
Yeah, one thing about like you watch porn so much that after a while, when the girls talk to you, like the girl's talking to you from the camera, you talk back to her, answer. That's a good sign that you're into it too much. Yeah, like when the girl said, "Don't you wish you hear?" I said, "Yes, I wish it was me." And you know, but yeah, I think people got to understand that everybody's not the same. Everybody have their likes and dislikes.
Hmm.
And that's the thing about it. We are all adults here. But like I said, you don't like something. Here's the best advice: you don't have to watch it. You don't have to see it. You know it's
Exactly.
out there. But the problem is, some people they just can't help. But some people just can't mind their business. That's the truth of it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
'Cause
How
they
do you
have
look at
purpose.
how do you look at women? I mean, what's your thoughts on women being looked at as sexual objects? If I can ask you that question.
I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
Because we're people, we're human. And I think that the more you treat sex workers like actual people and like, because sex work is just a job. Like, it's a job like any other job.
Right.
Like,
Hmm.
it's a customer service job at that. So I think that the more you treat them like actual fucking human beings, the better response you will get. I think, yeah, it's a serious problem that men have,
I, c-
and yeah,
I can agree with you because, like I said, I work at strip club for like 5 or 6 years. I used to work at the door. Sometimes there's nights where it's slow nights, and sometimes some of the girls sit, we talk, have conversations. And you got to remember, they're here to do a job. They're here to entertain. Whatever fantasy you have, that's fantasy. Some guys come there, they come there, have a good time. They go home, they bang their wives, and it just some place to go. Some guys take it a little too far. Some guys get too basically would say to connect. You feel like
they
you,
get lost in a fantasy.
hmm like
Yeah,
you're like guys get out of prison and say you my girl, but it's you're not. That's not your girl. Most of these women
I
I
don't
know
think
had.
anybody but myself.
Yeah, I know a chick. Her husband used to work with me at the club. And that's how they met at the club. I knew some girls who had boyfriends that come through or girlfriends that come through to hang out. So now we sit and conversate and just watch her dance and even tip. Which is the thing is, you got to come to a situation like this. You got to understand this is entertainment. That's
Hmm.
what it is. It's
Yeah,
nothing else more than that. If you try to get more into out of it, you're not gonna. It's not gonna be as fun. And sometimes
But
you
it's
have to
not for
enjoy the moment.
everybody though.
That's
yeah,
that's
It's
that's
not
true.
for everybody to look at it. You know what I mean? If your mind is gonna be like that, don't look at it because it I mean, like, what I learned, like, things are like this things are like the energy in certain in things. Like when you're watching a movie, those things get in your head. It's like a physical substance.
yeah,
You
Yeah,
absorb it, you become that. So it's like, you gotta be careful how you looking at things. Like it don't even have to be porn. It could be other things like violence and stuff like that. Rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like people listening to it, especially these young people, they put that all in their head, and they go on the street and they act in a certain way. I know a kid that he was doing like these rap musics and stuff like that. He lived in my building and he got killed. And for he got involved in certain things. Those stuff can
but
get in your head. So
but
some
but
things
here's
it's not for everybody to look at.
but here's the thing is,
Go ahead.
people should enjoy their lives, and you can't be responsible for somebody else's behavior. That's the thing is, because I listen to rap music, and I don't go out there and because I could like a lot of people. It's up to that person what choices they make in their lives. It's not just you can't like I said if you and sometimes people have jealousies. If you're jealous of another person, then the fact is you're not doing something right in your life. You need to realize that there's no point, you take it if you take somebody's life, you gotta understand that there's a chance that you lose your freedom. You lose everything you put your life into just because you see this person doing better than you are. And instead of just focusing on your life and doing better yourself, it's no point. Like I said, I see a lot of these rappers getting killed, stuff like that. But the fact is, it's not their fault. It's that person who decided they wanted to take that person's life because they were either jealous or mentally insane. Some people we have to like this. Anything like that, you got to understand that it's only entertainment. It's nothing more. Like some of these rappers do talk about this stuff in their lives because the fact is that's what no. Most of these rappers like Snoop Dogg and them. After a while, they start not as being as hardcore as used to be because the fact is they're rich millionaires now. But like I said, with anything's addictive. Be it drugs, money, sex,
food.
it's all addictive. And I think, yeah, People like Key here.
Oh, on agree to disagree on that one, but
Well, like
go ahead.
that's a good thing. That's why we have conversations. But we're learning that fantasy, people should keep it where it's at in your head, or keep it within something in more of agreeable levels. Like don't take it too far. You feel like you're gonna take it too far, then you should need to step and stop. This is things that separates humans from animals. Humans, we have our own minds and intellect. We can make the choices we want. Animals do things like your dog. He barks because he's an animal. He's going to do things because it's in his nature to do things.
What he's supposed to do.
Yeah, and as people, we need to use our regional. We have high intellect, but the problem is some people they don't want to follow. They don't want to follow him. Like that. Now, that's why certain rules and things are put in place. We have that, but we make the choice. We have a choice. People say, "Oh, I made a mistake." No, you made a choice. You didn't have to do what you did, but you chose to do what you did. Like she's doing what she do. She enjoys her job, and like I said, and she's a lovely lady. And if I wrestle with her, I think I would try to keep myself composed. I don't know, especially if she gets on top and and she smells good, and it's back to that smelling good thing. You can't smell good. You can't smell good. You can't be fine. You gotta be ugly. You gotta look like Craig Mack. If I wrestle you, you better look like Craig Mack. You better smell funky. I can't wrestle women like you. You're too pretty to wrestle. I mean, I'm honest with you. But the fact is, when we get as people, we need to use one thing that we have that God gave us is common sense, and we need to use that more. But the problem is, some people don't use it. Want to use it. Some people might use it too much or not at all. But like I said, you understand how it is, man. Don't you?
I mean, I think that everyone can make their own choice. You like what you like, you make choices, and those choices are on you, not anybody else. I think that people like to make excuses for themselves. Oh, well, these people were doing it, they were doing it, oh, in this song, or well, this YouTube video looked cool, so I wanted to do that, or whatever it is. People make excuses, because I think deep down, like in your gut, with your intuition, what's right and what's wrong and stuff like that. But as far as like getting lost in a fantasy, I think that it's an escape for people, and it's definitely, fantasies are better than real life. That's why they're fantasies. Like, that's why VR is so cool. Because it's, but I think it's just an understanding of knowing that things are a fantasy, that this is a fantasy. Like, I don't know. I've had people get a little carried away at times, and I have to remind them, like, this is my job. Like, remember, you paid me for this session. But yeah, like, I don't know. I've had literal like marriage proposals. I've had invites to go to like company Christmas parties. Like, I've had stuff like that I'm like, that's not what.
No, that's not what it is. You're here you're here as a business. It's entertainment, nothing more. Now, if anything else, hey, you can find somebody else for that. But you understand that you're here to entertain. You have a job. Like I said again, you said earlier, yes, even if the guy's good looking and and you're aroused, but you got to stay professional, and he knows you. Like I said again,
that's fine. Like, I'm not about to try anything. In my head, I'm just like, oh shit, this dude's fine. Like, that's about it, and that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like you get like somebody that looks like Drake coming to. Like somebody look like Drake coming to say, "Hey, I'm your next appointment." Say, "Oh my God, he's straight."
I'd be like, what? For me, it's the dark.
I don't want to. I don't.
So.
All right. Yeah. It's always the yellow. You like the dark brothers.
I don't want to go for like Pacific, but do you get like a lot of money? Like, if I like, it pays the bills. You secure, like you.
It pays the bills, and I'm secure, and I live in a very expensive city. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not like living lavish by any means.
Right.
I'm not like driving a Mercedes and living in a $3,000
Right.
apartment. But,
Yeah.
like I, I go on vacations. I travel when I want to. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'm able to pay rent
Okay.
and shit. Like, yeah,
yeah. Enjoy your life because you're young, you're attractive, you're
yeah,
single. You know,
I
that's
know.
your right to. You know, you're not bogged down by no man and no kids. So you can get up and go where you're ready to go. You know, that's a good thing. I'm sick of myself, but I'm a bachelor. Call me Bruce Wayne without the $1 billion. But it's just it's a good thing about that life. But like I said, eventually after a while, you do, you know, find if you find somebody, particularly you feel like I want to settle down, I
I'll
want to
be
start a
back. You
relationship.
keep talking, Joe.
All right, and you want to settle down, have a relationship. Will you think would they can handle what you do now, or will you feel like you have to make a choice between doing what you like or being with somebody you love?
Um, I mean that is a good question, cause I feel like the person has
Hello.
they do need to
Oh,
understand
okay.
what I do. Hey, I do feel like they do need to understand what I do and what my job is. I do think dating as a sex worker is extremely difficult.
Hmm.
Um, Cause the minute I tell somebody I have an OnlyFans, they're like, "Oh, dang! Like you like popping your pussy on there for people?" I'm like, "No, I'm not
Puppy
even
possum,
rude. Like I'm not even
pussy popping
topless."
on a handstand.
Yeah, like oh dang, you must be do something. And I'm like, but I don't though. Like, and no, and kudos to people that do. Like, make your money, boo, do you? But
Hmm.
like, I do think it's really difficult dating in this industry, um, especially someone who is more vanilla, like an accountant or like something like that, because I just don't
Or a
necessarily
doctor.
yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever it is, they just don't necessarily understand. But then again, it goes back to being like open-minded. For me, I wouldn't want to be with someone who wasn't open-minded and understanding. So it kind of helps me weed people out faster, honestly. um, because if I know that they're not open to things and all that, then it kind of taints it a little. Like I don't know what they would be like further into a relationship or anything. But it's like a sticky situation because like I've dated people obviously outside of the fetish world and the kink community and everything, and I've dated people inside of it, and so it's difficult both ways because even when you're dating inside the community, there's times where I'm like, dang, are they using me for my fetish? Like, are they using me for this? Like, now is it kind of like they get free sessions? Or like, if, there's like that thing that goes in my head. So there are times or there have been times where I've like dated someone in the community and I've been like, can we not like can we just be like vanilla? Like, can we just like go to the movies or something and chill and like not have to talk about or have it be about like, I don't know, the fetish or whatever. So it's hard both ways.
Yeah, like sometimes, baby, I don't feel like the whip and change tonight. How about we just have plain regular sex? That's none of the crazy stuff. And I remember I was doing an interview with a lady. She told me that she's a bodybuilder, and she told me when she was dating this dude, and then he found out that he was messing with a transgender person, and he's like, what, she felt like that he was a that him dating her was a gateway to something else, and that's the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
when you get in a relationship, especially if they found out, okay, I do this, I wrestle guys, I do this, and they say, you know what, at first they say they're kind of apprehensive about it, but then, they see your videos and then they watch your stuff and then, and kind of say, you know what, I think I can deal with it, but then after a while, they get into it more than you do.
Um, that hasn't happened to actually. Not that I was in a relationship with someone, but I was dating someone, and I told them what I did. Told them I had an OnlyFans, and they're like, "No way, let me like
Okay,
But
okay, Clyde.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
it's me, Rolando G. What's up, man? Hey,
um,
yes. Mhm.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I follow Clyde.
Oh no, you're all good, all good.
Yeah.
But,
Um, but yeah, like I was saying that I was dating someone. They asked what I did. I told them, and they're like, "Well, let me like send me your OnlyFans, and I'll like support." And I was like, "Okay, cool." But then it did become like about like I saw what you posted on OnlyFans, and I was like,
Hmm.
okay.
Wow.
And, okay, like how was your day? Like,
oh
so
God.
it just became kind of right. But yeah, that happened. So it just again it weeds people out quicker because obviously I don't want to be with somebody like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's difficult. I'll just say that.
Well, Miss, I enjoy your conversation with you. I mean, you're a very intelligent young lady, and you sure as party. But I got something I got to do today. I mean, something came up, and I
Oh,
got to
hey,
take
George.
care of it. Yeah, hey there, Orlando. And this is right now. It's right now. It's a three's a crowd right here, four crowd. I'm not into like the threes of there. But
Oh,
the truth is, you really you're in a good career where you're at. I think you have a good future. Whatever you do is, I think it's really up to you. And I think people need to understand that what you do is a profession. There's nothing more than that. If guys want more than that, then you're in the wrong place. You're not that type of girl for that.
Yeah,
If they want
yeah,
that, there's plenty of women do it. They're out there. But you know, like I said again, people need to understand this is sex industry. It's about making money. It's about a job. You have to separate the sex part of it, the whole pleasure part of it, and just strictly keep it business. Some people can, some people can't, and that's the thing about those that can't don't need to be into it. You got to understand that you're not here to be something as a avatar for something else. You're not
yeah,
here to be the girl. You're not here to be someone to stroke the ego. You're there to get paid and do what you got to do. And that's why I learned while I was working in my past jobs. It's a job.
yeah,
Some days is a good day, some days is a bad day. It's like that movie Roadhouse. Sometimes it's a good night and no one died. But
yeah,
like I said, I really enjoy this conversation. I know, I came here just to support my man KLA. Because his content
Yeah,
is still good content. He really giving people the opportunity to, especially ladies out here who do stuff like mix, the mixed wrestling thing to give attention to. Because the fact is, people need to realize something. This is a job,
yeah.
nothing more
it
than that.
is. It is.
It's
Yeah.
true. Well, it was so great
mm,
talking to you.
Yeah, all right. So I let Rolando step in. I think he wants to have some questions, and yeah. But I do appreciate it, and I'll check some of your stuff on your content. You have an IG also.
Yes.
George, I'll send
My
it to you. My
yeah,
battery's
my
gonna die out.
Instagram
Please, I'm gonna
is
send it to you.
Oh, I didn't know
qing.kk.
that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
I'll send them the link. I'll send them.
For
All
people
right.
listening though, if they're listening and you don't have my Instagram, it's qing.kk. That's King KK.
All
Okay.
righty. Thank you. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and I
Yeah.
hope everything goes well to you. Say hello to your little doggy, and like I said again, I can't wrestle you because if I do, I don't know. I can't control myself. Especially you can't smell good. You got to smell funky. You got to
You
smell
need to
like
take these. You need to get like a mixed wrestling session.
nah, nah, man,
You
nah.
need.
Because
Yeah, me and you go together. I'm serious. We gonna go
nah, man,
somewhere,
nah,
man.
nah, nah,
We
nah.
gonna
Because
do that. We gonna do it. We gonna do it.
nah, I can't have no another dude with me. It's like when you watching porn. You can't watch porn with another dude. You
No, I
can't do
mean,
it.
no,
I
we
used to
not
I used
gonna
to
do
watch
it
with my brother.
together. But I'm gonna take you
You don't,
And you know,
don't
we
take me.
gonna
I don't need you because I do this by myself, man. I don't need another man taking me to no place. I remember the first time I went to a strip club, my homeboy took me. I asked him to take me.
man, come
These two.
on, like you gonna see.
But like
This
I
is
said,
what I'm talking about. You gonna take over?
well, I don't take over. Like I said, I ask questions and I keep
Yeah,
conversations. That's how I work, brother. You should know
there's
me by
nothing
now.
wrong with
Like
that.
I
There's
said,
nothing
when
wrong with that.
you let the devil come into your house, you can't even give permission. Well, I'm sorry, man. Sometimes I have to go. That other part of me. There's another guy, and sometimes he comes out every now and again. He like, yeah, he likes dynamite and gasoline. But I do appreciate you, and I hope wish you all the best in the future. And like I said, like I said, I'm gonna look at some of your stuff. I mean, some stuff I see right now is very, very interesting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And like I said again, no need to thank me, but thank you again. Bye.
Have a good night.
That's Danya.
All right, Reg. All right, take care. Hey,
Oh
how are you?
Lord. Oh,
Hello. Go ahead.
just ask her a question.
I know that
Yeah.
Actually,
Real quick, I'm not usually into. I told Clyde I'm not really into the usual. Not into the wrestling too much. But seeing you made me change my mind about that. Because I'm into tall women, so that's my fetish of mine. So.
nice. I love it.
Yeah. Because I'm. Well, you know what? I'm like 5'7". I'm 5'7". So some people say I'm 5'8". I don't know, but for sure. But I'm not too short. But still, just seeing it like a statuesque woman has always been like something to me. I don't know. It's just been wow. Because they got a lot of them out there. I can't name off a few. I know there's a couple that are OnlyFans. One that's OnlyFans. She's she's from actually, Clyde, she's from your area. She's from
okay.
NYC, but I think she lives in Orlando now. Her name is you ever heard of Avi Berry?
No.
That's a cute name, but I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. Well, she's Puerto Rican and she's like about 6'2". No offense, but yeah. She's something else. I got
A tall Puerto Rican like that. I feel like Puerto Rican.
yeah, I never, and she used to be on NY Inc. She's like a tattoo artist.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she's got some little work stuff, but she still posts up and stuff, but she's not really popular. I don't think. I mean, amongst if you follow, people within the realm of where she's in. But yeah. But then just seeing you, I know Claude was going to have you on, so I was like, because I remember he had a hard time trying to get you on, and I was like, wow, she's very, very, very gorgeous, and I said, that's it. Well, hopefully I'll have a chance to see the interview, and here you are. So,
There we are.
Yeah. So, but no, so you're from LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to LA in a long time, because I was born there. And then my parents moved me up here to the Bay Area, so I'm in Northern California. So,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. You're in the Bay.
Yeah. So I don't see a lot of many tall ladies here, but when I do, I'm just like in like awe.
You got a
Yeah.
fetish? Any fetish questions you want to ask this young lady?
Yeah. I probably shouldn't. I don't know, because he probably already. That's probably already been asked before. Do you do like slight submission holds or like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And I mean,
All kinds of holes. Yeah.
okay. Well, you don't do anything to incapacitate
No.
guys.
I'm not,
Okay.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to make sure that you're having a good time.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. The fact that your height is really sexy and nice. I that's all I need. Yeah.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah. Well, it was nice meeting you.
It was nice to meet you too.
Okay. All right. All right, Clyde. I know you.
All
I know your whole thing's dying, man. So let me.
We'll
Thanks.
talk later.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right.
Take it easy.
All right.
All right. Good night. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah. I just invited these guys. They kind of friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this, that he George, he just takes over and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know, it's something smart or like, because he talked to a lot of women and stuff like that. But it's I did really appreciate you coming through. I'm gonna see if I got any questions. How often do you like do like a face sitting? Like do you do like a what would you say be like a more dangerous, a face sitting or a scissor hold?
My legs are extremely strong, so more dangerous from me is gonna be a scissor.
Okay. Because I always kind of like looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is because I don't know, for some reason it's kind of like exotic to look at and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. When I was saying earlier about there's people that can't look at porn. I wasn't like trying to be like condescending or anything like that. It's just that
No,
there's
of course.
things, yeah, there's things that it ain't for everybody to look at, at times. Yeah, like especially if you can't handle yourself. Because I had like a friend, he was I'm a yo. I for some reason, I have like this porn. I can't stop looking at porn, like through my phone and stuff. And he gets addicted and stuff. And I'm telling him maybe you don't got nothing else to do. Because some people they don't like. For my sometimes when like me like looking at this stuff, it would be kind of like escaping from reality a little bit. Like sometimes like you feel depressed or sometimes and you just look at it like you want like
It's
a
a vice.
empathy.
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's a vice. It's the same thing
yeah,
as having a drink at the end of the night, or
yeah,
like junk food. I love junk food. I love sweets. I love
right,
baked goods. So like that's one of my vices. But like yeah, everyone has a vice, and the more you lean into it, the worse it can get for you, and that's just the
yeah,
way it is. That's why you have to be careful about stuff like that. And when it
right,
comes to like porn and porn addictions, I think that it's just people getting lost in a fantasy.
right, yeah, because
And it's so stimulating. It's literally like a drug. Like it
right,
stimulates you, and so then when you're stimulated like that, then like then when you're not watching it, you're having a down, right? And then when you're watching it again, you have a high. But then as soon as you come, you have post nut clarity, and then you have a down again. So it's like,
right,
it's this
yeah,
thing. But
yeah,
yeah.
because and then you start like looking at like sometimes women like that too, like, oh crap, hello.
There for a
Oh,
second.
because then you start kind of like looking at women like that at times, so you
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
careful,
Mhm.
so that's what I was talking about earlier, about it, like it's like trying to control yourself. Don't put too much stuff in your mind because it can be dangerous for you in a sense. That's all I was saying, but I understand what he was saying, what George was saying, but because like things, it kind of contributes, like if you looking at certain things, so you just have to be careful, like with the music and all
Mhm.
that stuff. That's all.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
yeah,
I think with delicate minds, you have to be careful with a lot of things.
yeah. I think that's about it, but I enjoy having you. you
Yeah, it
know
was so nice to meet you and talk with you.
yeah, yeah, I really appreciate it. Is there anything, a shout out or anything you want to
I mean, if people who listen, if you're not following me, go ahead and follow. My Instagram is qing.kk. My Twitter is qingkk. That's King. That's how that's pronounced. And yeah, all my links are in both of those profiles. So thank you so much.
Okay. I hope I ain't do too much for bringing up people with it, but you know. Okay.
You're good. No worries at all.
All right. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. All right, folks.
Have a
That's
good
a
night.
wrap. All right. Good night, man.